Hey everybody, we're here for the first episode of season 5 of 5 for Talking. I think it's season 5.
Is this a new
2021.
season?
What?
Is this a new season?
It's a new season. 2021-2022 season. I'm here with Caps. He's the captain of the show, the muscles behind the scenes. Say hi to everybody.
That's how I say hi.
Well, that's really weird. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna just, I guess, well, hi to everybody. We're glad you're back. Hope you enjoy this season. We're ready to watch the Leafs lose, and let's just jump right into this. So I guess there's some serious news in hockey.
Very serious.
The whole Chicago Blackhawks scandal that's going on. I don't know if you want to give us some information.
Yeah. I know this is like a hockey show and all, but just the subject matter is absolutely concerning to me. When you have a person that went through what he went through and he did the right thing and told his coach, his management, what happened, and they did nothing is absolutely concerning to me, and it sets the game back. I mean, it's really, really concerning to me, and it's so disappointing. Apparently, the coach knew about it, and as of a couple of days ago, he no longer is with the Florida Panthers, so he resigned. I don't know how the assistant general manager got a pass. The GM resigned, Stan Bowman. Apparently, a lot of the players knew, according to Kyle Beach, that he was teased about the matter, and but a couple of players came out, did an interview saying that they had no idea of what was going on. I don't know if I should believe them or not. I don't know what happened in the room. I have no idea of what exactly happened to the individual. But the fact of the matter is that I do think that Tim Cheveldaev should be accountable, and it's kind of concerning that he didn't. He got a pass. Jonathan Toews was the captain of the team at the time, and I don't know how you expect me to believe that as a captain of the team you didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I admire the guy for standing up what he believed in, and coming out and telling, doing the right thing and doing what he was supposed to do. But it's actually very concerning to me that the team did nothing about it because of the fact that they put the cup in front of somebody's well-being. So I'm going to shut up about that now, because that's a BS matter.
I mean, I don't know what to say. We don't know the general storyline of basically what happened with Tim Cheveldaev, so I can't vouch for him needing to be disciplined. If there is a reason for it and we get evidence of that, then sure, he should be. But as of right now, I'm okay with him not being disciplined. As far as we don't even know if he knew. He might have. Like, the way this story is going, I absolutely believe it. But I also feel like maybe he's adding things in after the fact just to try to take everybody down. But I do believe that the people responsible should be reprimanded and do whatever you have to do to them. I'm not going to ever say, like, in a bad way. I'm not sticking up for Chicago, but we don't really know who knows and who doesn't know, right? At this point, maybe the players didn't know. Maybe some players did. And I'm not going to stick up for them and saying that they should or shouldn't have said anything. The management should have did something right away when we went to them. Whether Jonathan Toews knows or doesn't know is irrelevant, because the management should have did something. Not saying Jonathan Toews shouldn't have spoken up, if you get what I'm saying, but it should have already been dealt with. If you know what I mean? It shouldn't have got this far. They waited till the cup was over. They let him take a cup to a school. They let him go become a coach at a high school or a university. I'm not sure where he went after. So it's like,
And another kid came out saying that this happened to him at one of the schools that, um, he eventually went to after he left the organization. And the
allegedly
funny
there's
thing
multiple
is,
people that it's happened to, but a lot of them are not willing to talk about it.
allegedly, yeah, allegedly, Joe Quinville wrote a letter of recommendation for that coach to go to that school.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. That's something that like I can see why Quinville is a target.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
allegedly, the players knew about it and said nothing, and actually made fun of the guy. Allegedly,
That's messed up.
that's messed up. And I'm sorry, if I was a captain of the team and I hear about that kind of stuff, I would definitely speak up and tell, fight for my team and or fight for my teammate and say this is wrong. This needs to be dealt with first. I know that we're in a cup run, but Jesus, like someone's health has to be more important than
Look, think
the
of it
team
like
winning a
this.
cup.
This is the last thing I really want to say about this. This is my takeaway here. Actually, maybe I do have one more thing, but I think if you got rid of this guy, he didn't hold a position that was affecting whether or not you were winning a championship. You could have got rid of him. You could have did the right thing. You could have helped your player who could have developed into a big star because he was a first round pick. You could have won the cup. You probably would have won the cup still anyways. And now you wouldn't be having all your careers be thrown down the drain because of this situation. It's like, like even if like 3 years ago, let's just say, and Joe Quinville just came out and was like, this is what happened. This all happened. I was told to be quiet. He might have had a better outcome, but everyone decided to keep their mouth shut until now. And now look at the repercussions and they deserve it. Good for them. And also, what was his name?
I don't think he was told to keep quiet. I think he was one of the guys that said, let's stay quiet. Let's deal with this at the end of the season because we don't want to mess with the chemistry of the team because we have a legitimate chance of winning the cup this year.
But like I said,
that's the biggest reason why.
The player that at question, no disrespect at all, and the guy, the accused person, neither one of them was an integral part of this team at that point. So it wouldn't have affected anyone, I don't think, if that came out, especially if you're saying everyone already knew, right? Not you, but if everybody already knew, they're already dealing with that situation in their head. So I don't feel like it would have affected. I feel like they should have dealt with it immediately. It's really stupid that they didn't. And you know what? I'm very happy. What was his name? Rocky Wirtz?
The son, yeah.
The owner of Chicago Blackhawks. He sent a message to the Hockey Hall of Fame requesting that his name, I forget his name.
The video coach.
The video coach.
Need to say the guy's name.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve a name. Has his name removed off the Stanley Cup, and they have complied now, and they're going to remove the name off the cup. So
I just find it hard that the owner didn't know as well. I'm sorry. Like, there's so many.
But this is the type of thing, and
this whole thing is wrong.
I work in an environment where these types of things happen. Not this situation, but a type of thing where you tell somebody. And then they tell somebody above them, and then that person's like, no, they'll make sure nobody else above me hears about this. So there's a chance that they were like, make sure the owner doesn't ever find out about this. You know what I mean? Because they're all going to lose their jobs. Like, you have to remember, they went through assistant coaches, the GM, the assistant GM. Like, someone was eventually like, yo, shut up about this. And it's really stupid. They should have been dealt with. And
which is the reason why I don't understand how Tim Cheveldayoff has gone to pass. Like this, supposedly all the upper management had a meeting discussing the matter and what they're going to do about it, and they did nothing. That's crazy. That's totally crazy to me. To hear that kind of bullcrap.
We're gonna have to wait until we know more. I'm not going to speculate. Like I said, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I fully believe that this event happened and but we don't know if his exact retelling of the story is what really happened or if it's just trying to take people down. Like, there might not have ever been a meeting. He could have just made that up. But
whether he new details have come out or they're made up or whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, something happened.
Yeah, and it
didn't get dealt with at the time.
That's where I draw the line. That's my point, right? I don't want to sit here and speculate about what did or didn't happen because we don't know. And until we really know, that's the way she goes. Anyways, I think we're done with this. So let's move into our new thing that we're doing that Nick doesn't know about yet that I just invented. It's called Weekly Recap, where we're just going to talk about some things that happened recently in hockey and try to get through it as fast as possible with as little discussion as we possibly can. So
with no preparation whatsoever.
No preparation whatsoever. This is the way to go. So
This is not the way to go, but
this
whatever.
is the only way to go. So I want to talk about Frederick Anderson. Playing amazing, absolutely amazing, and it shows you what a little bit of defense can do for somebody.
Shows what a team that can play properly can do.
What was the word you used?
Team.
Oh, I never heard that before. I'm from Toronto.
Anyway,
so I think he's playing fantastic, and it's the defense is obviously making a difference. But just watching his confidence in his gameplay, like. And I'm not taking away from Campbell. I think Campbell's been great for the Leafs, but we've always said Anderson is a top-notch goalie. And, it's good to see him. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. Let him continue his career. And I hope he does great. Carolina also doing fantastic. I believe at this point they're undefeated. I mean, who knows by the time this video goes up. But, great. Carolina looks amazing. Segue that right into Florida. Florida looks like a powerhouse, like an absolute powerhouse. And that's the way you build a team. And
I think they might dip a little bit because of what's going on.
I don't think it's going to affect them. I've already made that clear, but
I think it will.
I don't. I think because you're going to have the staff that's going to take over. I don't think they're going to hire a coach. There's rumors of John Tortorella, but I don't think they're going to hire a coach. I think they're just going to put the assistant coach to take over, and they're going to run the exact same game plans that they've been running. If they take a dip, they do. Whoop-de-doo. But I think the team looks great. I don't think it's as much of the coaching as it is just they finally found the right chemistry and way to put the team together.
Okay, here's the thing. It's the beginning of the season. You got teams like Washington's doing great. You got Carolina that's unbeaten. You got Florida that's unbeaten. You got Calgary, who's in first place in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Edmonton that's up there. Things are going to work itself out. Not in a way that we expect it to work itself out, but teams are eventually going to lose that are winning right now.
Yeah.
Teams that are doing well right now are going to, fall off the radar, aka Buffalo. Because I really don't think that Buffalo is going to be able to sustain this kind of winning streak throughout the whole season. But Boston's not doing that great right now. You got Tampa, who's surprisingly is not doing that great, but they always have a slow start every single season anyway, and then they just catch fire, halfway through the season and on. So what we're seeing right now is definitely not what we're going to see halfway through the season anyway. But is it a surprise? Yes. Is it welcoming surprise? Absolutely. I'm loving the fact that Calgary is doing well. I love the fact that Carolina is absolutely doing well. Good on them. In terms of the Carolina situation, they were built as a team. They were always a team, and the fact they were able to add in a really, really good goalie is just going to help the cause. Peter Mrazek was a goalie that was not able to stay healthy, and I'm hoping that Anderson is able to, because he was not able to do that last year, and he did not play well towards the end of the season, but obviously he was hurt. But in this case with Carolina, I hope he does well. I hope he's able to sustain that. He's still a goalie that has trouble playing a full season, but let's see what happens with Carolina. Who's their backup, by the way?
Antti Raanta,
Oh.
who in terms of backup goalies, that's almost as good as it gets in the NHL. So
there you
go. To go off that, I think shout out to all the people on Instagram in the hockey community that told me that Frederick Anderson was not that good and that the Carolina goaltending got worse.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Do you believe this guy? Anyways, he tried to cut me off, but yeah, shout out to you guys. Also, to all the people who messaged me on Instagram and all the people that I know personally that told me that me and Caps were wrong to put Carolina and Florida in our top 5 teams in the NHL when we did our ranking. Goodbye. And also to the people that said Washington didn't deserve to be there. Also goodbye. Yes, we absolutely got Chicago wrong. They're
screwed.
like just now with the controversy too. I think it's only going to get worse because they were losing prior to that, and they weren't just losing; they were getting demolished. And Seth Jones, I'm sorry, like I'm not sure what's going on there, but he looks so bad. Kane is injured right now. I know that, or he's out with something.
COVID.
Is it COVID?
Is it COVID? I believe it's no.
I honestly didn't look. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm getting Pittsburgh and Chicago mixed up.
Yeah, well, there's a lot because Colorado has a bunch of people out with it too.
Colorado is a team that's not doing well right now.
Oh, Colorado and Tampa Bay are both doing fine.
That's gonna change. So like,
see, those are the situations when we talked just a couple minutes ago where it was like, this is gonna change for sure. I know that. I know Tampa Bay and Colorado are gonna start winning at some point. The Florida and Carolina thing, and Washington, sure, they're gonna lose games eventually. They're gonna slow down. But I don't expect them to drop out of a playoff spot or anything. I feel like those teams, even Calgary looks like they're probably going to make the playoffs. Buffalo is one that's like, what the hell is going on in Buffalo? What are they putting in the water? It looks like Jack Eichel was the problem the whole time. So
that's gonna.
Yeah, that's one that we know is gonna completely change. Yeah. We know that. So there's another one I want to talk about here in our rapid recap of the week's highlight zone. Change the name on the fly. Montreal sucks. So yeah,
I wouldn't put it that
Montreal
way. Like Montreal they're missing the best defenseman and they're missing the best goalie. So I mean,
does missing
the fact that they're not doing well is not a surprise to me. Yes. Do I think that they're going to pick it up a bit? Yes, but I don't think they're going to pick it up a lot.
I think even with a full roster, they have one more win than they do right now.
What, with Carey Price and
the team looks so bad, so terrible. Like, we're gonna get to this. This is not me having like a battling game where I'm saying one team is better than the other here because I know where this is gonna go eventually. But they do not look good. If you've seen any of their games this year or the highlights, they looked absolutely terrible. And I don't think just Shea Weber and Carey Price is gonna make a difference.
They did in the playoffs last year, but anyway, that's just my opinion.
And that's just his opinion. And last thing, I mean, the Kraken look fine. This is surprisingly, we have this talk. I've been able to watch very little of the Leafs for some reason. I can't get any Leaf games, but Kraken now is on TV every day. So good job to the Kraken for being fine. You might make the playoffs. Congratulations. They look okay. Do you have anything?
In terms of Ovechkin, this guy's just he's something else, man. He's at the top of the league right now for goals and points. Like that's just I mean, I know it's really early on in the season, but this guy's just
this is something. Okay, so actually I have something else to talk about then, but let's get into this first. It'll segue to that. So I mean, I get it that he's older and there's like always this question here, but he's an all-time great player. Like, he's going to go down. He will not be forgotten ever. He's going to be remembered as one of the greatest players to ever play hockey. No disrespects to like the Joe Nieuwendykes and Gary Roberts, but no one's going to remember you except the teams that you played for. And Ovechkin is going to be remembered forever as probably the greatest goal scorer to ever play hockey. Look at those greats: Joe Sakic, Steve Yzerman, Wayne Gretzky. They never even slowed down all the way until the end of their careers. So, I mean, I don't expect Ovechkin to do it either. And the fact that people really thought that he was going to just stop being good is crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at those guys, they did slow down a little bit towards the end of their career. But for some reason, Ovechkin has just been able to just get better and better. Like,
I
it's
mean,
crazy.
Yzerman dealt with
It's
injuries.
crazy. Well, even Gretzky.
Gretzky still put up 70 points at like 39 years old.
Yeah, but his goal scoring it
But
plummeted.
To be honest, he never really tried to score goals. Like
every person's like that. Every person's like that, where they just like they rely more on their teammates to score for them so that they can rack up the assists and keep their point production up. But for some reason, Ovechkin is just a different animal.
But
like,
that's his
he
thing,
does
right?
not even care for assists. He just wants to score. And he's been able to do that. And like you said, that is exactly what's going to make him be named as one of the best goal scorers to ever play this game. Better than Gretzky, better than Ovechkin. He is Ovechkin.
He's better than Ovechkin.
Better than Lemieux. Better than Bossy.
He's going to be the best goal scorer of all time.
Yeah. Best goal scorer.
Yeah. And I agree with that. So segue into this part here, and then maybe we should move on to the Leafs. But Pittsburgh, I'm not going to look at their record and be like, wow, they're amazing. But if you look at what they've done without those players, so this is my thing. Like, you don't even have Crosby. Okay, let alone Malkin. And then you're missing Letang for a bit, and you miss Gensel for the first, I believe, 3 games of the season or 2 games.
And Rodriguez is like their first line center.
Yeah, they look way too good for a team missing all that. This is my question to you now. When Crosby comes back, should the NHL be scared of Pittsburgh?
No, they're just going to be just as good. I mean, I attribute this to Mike Sullivan. You know what I mean? You know, he's just a really good coach, and he's been able to get these guys to play as a team without their top stars. And when they come back, they're just probably most likely going to continue playing like a good team. You know, that's all I pretty much got to say about them.
All right. Well, that wraps up the NHL segment here. Let's just talk about some Leafs. Let's try to keep this short because I know we're going to have a huge rant-a-palooza going on. But I'm sure you have more than what I have to bring up. As I said, I haven't been able to watch as much as I would like, especially of the Leafs. It seems I can watch any other team except the Leafs. But this Morgan Rielly contract.
You know, there's different ways to look at it, Campos. I mean, is he worth $7.5 million? That's debatable. I mean, I probably expected him to. He would have been able to get more money elsewhere. I respect the fact that he wants to remain a Leaf. I give him that much. But is he worth $7.5 million? I mean, I'm not so sure about that.
I have to agree with that.
Is that going to fit? Is it how are they going to be able to fit that in the cap system, especially in the Leafs cap? I have no idea. The only thing I could think of is the fact that the cap's going to go up $1 million. They're going to stop. They're finally going to finish up paying Phil Kessel, which is going to free up another $2 million.
And they're definitely going to let
$2 million
Mikheyev
in
go.
total. The only way I can think of being able to fit his contract in their cap is Kerfoot's got to go and Hull's got to go.
Okay, well, this was my thing, and I actually kind of like what you just said. My opinion was they're going to get the $1 million. They're going to get rid of Kessel's. I think it's 1.5, right?
1.2.
1.2. So they only need to free up like $300,000 more to fit in his contract. So I mean, I thought they were just going to trade Mikheyev at the deadline.
4, right?
No, he's getting 5, I think.
He's getting 5? I think he's getting, okay. Well,
either way, if they get rid of Mikheyev, that frees up enough money, even if it is 4. I thought at the deadline, they're just going to move Mikheyev for a draft pick. Just to free up the cap space. But this is a thing too. We should talk about this because you made a good point. I actually like what you said. Hall looks terrible this year. I've never been a Hall fan. You and Bargo got very mad at me every time I talk bad about him. But he can't skate. And I'm not a huge fan. And he hasn't played good all year. So moving him is not a is to not actually. I'm not against that. And what was the other person you said? Who?
Kerfoot.
Kerfoot. I mean, I'd rather keep Kerfoot. I
Yeah,
would
you
rather.
do. But the fact of the matter is, like, you can't
Kerfoot's
really
contract is
pay.
big.
You can't really pay a third line winger $3.5 million to play on the third line.
That is
You know
fair.
what I mean? That's
But
the
if
biggest
you're,
problem.
if I'm agreeing with you here, I would say if you move Hall and Kerfoot and you brought in a $4 million defenseman and then just traded Mikheyev away for picks and then just put Engvall in the main roster for the permanently. I mean, I don't know how you would work this, but I'm very disappointed with the defensive end. I mean, basically, it's just Sandin. Sandin is the only person on all 6 defensemen that I can honestly tell you looks good this year. And he doesn't even look good. So
I can't even say that. Yeah,
I know. That's what I mean.
He's still too small. He's not physical enough. I'm sorry.
Nobody on the team is physical. If you're going to single him out for not being physical, then what about Jake Muzzin, who's a monster and doesn't hit anybody? What about Hall, that's like 6'5" and doesn't hit anybody?
And that's the biggest problem. Like, okay, so you re-signed Riley. Now what do you do? It's like,
I agree with you.
Into next year,
is he worth
Hall out?
Yeah,
you take Hall out. What do you have left? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
this is my thing, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't think any of them look good, and I'm really frustrated with it. $7.5 million. Is he worth $7.5? In my opinion, no, he's not. But would he have got more when he hit free agency? For sure. He probably would have got $9 million to play on a team. The fact that he took a team-friendly contract, per se, and wanted to stay in Toronto, I like. And the length of the contract is good. It gets him into a point before he's like 100 years old. And the problem with it is, though, I don't see him being worth $7.5 million. I would not have paid a nickel over 5.5 for him. He's been the worst, your biggest, not your worst, but your biggest like blunder in the playoffs for like the last couple of years has been Riley, outside of Gardner when we had Gardner. And this season, he looks absolutely terrible. Just in like the 7 games we've seen this year, he's not worth $7.5 million. If I'm Dubas, I would have been like, dude, you better step it up or you're not getting a contract at all.
I got nothing to say.
Yeah, the unforced, we talked about this. The last game against Chicago. The unforced turnovers by Morgan Riley is mental. The backhand passes in his own zone just drives me nuts. I know it's the whole team, but I'm singling him out because he got a contract. Where's Marner? Where's Tavares? Where's Matthews? Matthews came out like a house on fire in the first game. He was looking like he was desperate to score 5 goals. And then after that, he just stopped playing hockey. So I don't know what happened there.
I would say the third period and the overtime, they woke up a little bit against Chicago. I mean, I'm hoping that it'll carry through in the following games. I'm looking at the lineup for tonight, and they're changing up the defensive pairings.
Go for it.
The first 2 will be Riley and Dermott, and the second pairing is Brody and Muzzin, and the third pairing is Liljegren and Sandin, and he's benching Hall.
Okay, I like the benching of Hall.
Yeah,
Liljegren I don't like.
But like, what do you? That's the thing. What do you do? It's like, okay, so you bunch Hall. Who are you going to bring in? You know what I mean? Like,
put Jason Spezza on defense.
No, but
like, I get it. Listen, let's be realistic. I don't like Dermott getting more minutes. This is the problem with this team, is that Dermott equals goals against. But let's put Dermott at the most minutes on our team.
What do you do? Like, what are your options?
I don't know here. That's my problem. I don't know. I can't correct this situation. If I was a coach, I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing, especially if I was a new coach like Sheldon Keefe. And I do like Brody and Muzzin pairing. I am a fan of that. I would like to see what that does. But I don't like Dermott.
I like it too, but I just don't want him using that. Like, he's going to end up using that pairing the most out of all the pairings that he's got going on right now.
For sure.
And he's going to overplay him, and he's going to put him at risk of getting injured, which is... I worry because Muzzin isn't exactly, the healthiest person on that team. Has a tendency to get injured every once in a while, and that kind of frightens me. But it is what it is, and those are the combinations that he's got going for him right now, and he's got limited options.
I actually have to agree with your Muzzin take, because from watching Steve Dangle do the live cast of the games, which seems to be the only way I can watch the Leaf games, shuttle to cable. He pointed out something that I just was like, I was oblivious to this. Jake Muzzin is very clumsy. He trips over himself a lot, and he falls awkwardly a lot. And I never noticed that before, but
Marner does that all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Okay. I think it was something that you pointed out last game, that they did these backhanded no-look passes.
Yeah.
Like, they got to stop that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
he just swore. Everybody heard it.
If anybody on I don't care. Yeah. If anybody on my team does that, just to like, just stupidly, they're benched.
They did, but listen to this play. There was a no-look pass.
But this is a segue to something. How long before one of the big four gets benched?
You know what? Like, I'm not going to say no. Okay, I'm going to say no to one, because Nylander has been by far the best player out of all of them, and he is the best contract on this team right now.
It wasn't at the time.
It wasn't, but when you look back, when you look how hard he's been trying, that's all that matters to me. That's the only thing that matters to me, because I watch Mitch Marner play, and he is not trying.
Yeah, so, like, my question is, I mean, I know he's changed up the lines a little bit. He's trying to find new combinations, but if consistently up until now, and I'm not saying they are or they aren't, but it seems like they aren't. Like, they have not been able to perform to their contracts, what they're getting paid to do. So my question is, how long before you bench one of them?
Well, okay, here's my two takes, and you tell me this answer. There's two options. How long until you bench one of them? Who's the first guy you bench? And on the other side of that, rather than doing that, do you think there's a chance that we see them finally put all three of them on one line?
But here's my other question. Like, okay, so every time following a penalty kill, they are on the same line. You got, I've seen it before. You've got Tavares, Matthews, and Marner on the same line, and they don't do like lately. I've seen Nylander, Tavares, and Matthews, and they have not been able to get a goal. So, like, they've done it. I mean, it's not for the full game, but I'm talking about, during the game, it has been done, and nothing has happened. So my question is, how long before you bench one of them?
Okay,
so your question is, who do I bench first?
Yes.
Based on what I've seen this year, Marner's the first person to go, because to me, Spezza's got the right attitude. Muzzin, as clumsy as he is, after that game with Pittsburgh, was the first one to say, yeah, we sucked tonight. I'm no exception. We all sucked. And we need to step up our game. That was his post-game interview after the Pens game. Marner's post-game interview was, there's nothing to be concerned about. That's concerning to me.
That's concerning to everybody. Listen to me.
He's not holding himself accountable to me.
If William Nylander or Jason Spezza came out and said, I'm not concerned right now, I would be like, okay, these guys are the best players right now. They're trying. I understand. They know they could do better, and they're going to get better. When the guy who's literally playing the worst on the whole team and is getting paid arguably this top three most in the league is saying that, then I'm worried. When you're the problem and you're like, there's nothing wrong, that's a problem.
Yep.
I just want accountability. Somebody say, you know what, we suck. I suck. I'm going to try to get better. I'm going to practice 5 days a week. I'm going to stay at the rink all day, every day until we get better.
I wanted to get to the point where no matter what kind of money you make, whether it's the worst contract in the league or the lowest paid contract in the league or the highest paid contract in the league. I want someone to be like, you're getting paid $11 million and you're playing like crap. Sit your ass on the bench. Don't even friggin' play tonight. I want to see what you said. I want to see some accountability, and I need to see it from the best player to the worst player on the team. I want it, like agree. It's got to be up and down the team. Enough's enough.
This is what I want to see, and then I actually don't have anything else. So if you do, feel free. But I feel so bad for Jack Campbell. He has literally played so good this season, and I just can't stand the treatment that he gets on the ice. People run into him. Nobody fights for him. When he does good, nobody tells him good job. Nobody pats him on the head. Like, give me a break here. And this is just embarrassing hockey for all around.
And that was exactly my argument like a couple of nights ago when I was having that argument with Bargo. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, Bargo's argument was like he knew what he was getting into. It doesn't matter what he was getting into. The fact of the matter is that he plays for a team now, and it seems like he's the only one that's trying out there, or he's one of the few. Because, I can't overlook the fact that a 38-year-old is one of the best players on that team. I'm sorry. Like, Spezza is just a monster. But the fact of the matter is, regardless of what the score is, you have a goalie that's still battling, and the team playing in front of him isn't. Like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's complete bullshit.
I know.
And I feel bad for the guy, regardless of the fact that he's getting paid $1.8 million or whatever the contract is. I feel bad for the guy. That's the type of player that I want on my team.
I agree. I want a Spezza, and I want Campbell on any team that I play on.
Yeah. Anyway, as a side note, looks like Mrazek's playing tonight, so there you go.
All right. Well,
see what happens there.
Let's hope he doesn't get injured again.
Let's hope.
Knock on wood. The guy's literally made out of paper. So great goalie. But so, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about our stupid thoughts in the comments. And thanks for watching.